Thank you all for being here, and first let me say I truly appreciate you responding on such short notice. Second, I want to apologize for us running late. I was at a groundbreaking that just ran a little long. We have a series of significant and important announcements to make this afternoon with regard to the Philadelphia Police Department, the crime-fighting strategy, and our continued efforts to make this a safer city and ensure that the organization is structured such that the police commissioner, his command team, and all of us working together can do our best on behalf of the citizens of Philadelphia. As you can see, I'm joined by a great array of public servants, a couple of whom you'll hear from. First and foremost is, of course, Police Commissioner Charles Ramsey. I want to thank our Chief of Staff and Deputy Mayor for Public Safety, Everett Gillison, a couple others who will be joining us a little later, Rich Negrin, Deputy Mayor for Administration and Coordination, and the Managing Director of our city, Mike Resnick, Director of Public Safety, Deputy Commissioner Ross. You'll meet a couple of the other folks up here, and as you can see, FOP President John McNesby. Police Commissioner Ramsey will introduce the others who are with us. As some of you may know, just a couple hours ago, at about 10 a.m., I had the great honor and privilege, as it always is, to participate in a promotion ceremony marking a very important milestone for some of Philadelphia's finest. I always enjoy the promotion ceremonies. It is great to see hardworking, dedicated, committed men and women doing their job, studying, utilizing the training and background and experience they have to move up in the ranks in the Philadelphia Police Department. It was a special moment for many of the members of the department, as well as their friends and family, who support them every day as they put on the uniform to serve and protect the citizens of this great city. And it is our goal each and every day that when they complete their tour of duty, they're able to go back home to their families, friends, and neighborhoods. As they know, and you know, and we all know, crime, unfortunately, is a very serious issue in the city of Philadelphia. My message to those newly promoted, as they accepted their new roles and responsibilities, is that they must always remember that we're all in this together. We must work with our neighbors, groups and organizations, local businesses, and community leaders to listen to what they need, gather information, and then be as responsive as quickly as possible. Our focus, as always, is on reducing violent crime and getting illegal guns off of the streets of this great city. And with that focus always in our minds, we're here today to announce some organizational changes to the operations of the Philadelphia Police Department. And you'll hear from Commissioner Ramsey in a moment, and he will provide greater detail. We are always seeking greater efficiency, flexibility, and innovation in our command structure and all throughout the department. The men and women of the Philadelphia Police Department, from police officer rank on up to the commissioner rank, are focused and dedicated on one thing and one thing only: making this city safer, making it stronger, making us more flexible and able to respond to any issue or emergency that may affect this city. Today's announcement is about assigning greater responsibility throughout the management structure to empower our commanders in their daily decision-making efforts to reduce crime. They are the core management team of the Philadelphia Police Department. Their work is key to making this city safer, and therefore we want to give them every advantage and responsibility and support to ensure that they are successful in this mission. Let me ask now Police Commissioner Ramsey to come to the microphone, and he will explain in greater detail the significance and the importance of today's announcement. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank all of you for coming today. As the Mayor mentioned, we're always seeking to improve our operations, and in today's world, it's very important that a police organization be as flexible and adaptable to its changing environment. Philadelphia is no exception to that, so we're always looking at better ways to serve our public. The reorganization that I'll be talking about will continue to improve our efforts in our crime-fighting strategy. It's going to give us a more streamlined command system, more accountability and greater coordination among units within the department, and a more consistent delivery of police services across the city. Now, I'm going to highlight just a few of the major changes that these charts to my left represent. You look at the Office of the Commissioner, I'll be taking direct command over the Office of Professional Responsibility, the Office of Standards and Accountability, which is going to get an infusion of resources. Many of the staff inspectors that were promoted today will be going to Standards and Accountability. Forensic Sciences will now report, the director will report directly to me. That is something as a result of studies and research that have been done that really reflect best practices in policing across the country, so that it takes away any hint of improper conduct when a forensic unit is assigned under the same command as your major investigations unit. So having that direct report to me, I think will resolve that and also show the importance of that particular arm of our agency. When you look at field operations, which is under the command of First Deputy Richard Ross, there are a couple major changes that are taking place. Prior to this reorganization, we had divided the city into two regional operation commands, North and South, each headed by a Deputy Commissioner. What we're doing now is Deputy Commissioner Kevin Bethel, who formerly headed Rock South, will be in overall charge of all the districts and the divisional investigative units that are there. Two chief inspectors, one newly promoted, Dennis Wilson, and one veteran chief inspector, Myron Patterson, who's currently with the school's climate safety unit, will be in charge of Rock North and South, respectively. I am also changing Deputy Commissioner Tom Wright, who formerly had Rock North. He will now be in charge of major crimes and homeland security. One of our chief inspectors will be retiring soon, Chief Inspector Bullock. Most of his command will fall under Homeland Security and Chief Inspector Joe Sullivan. Another change will be Deputy Commissioner William Blackburn, who formerly headed major investigations in Homeland Security, will now be in charge of support services. Support services will be a unit under the command of Deputy Commissioner Nola Joyce, who will also have research and planning, organizational communication, and strategic intelligence and analysis. That will be headed, as I said before, by Deputy Commissioner Bill Blackburn. I have a total of 4 Deputy Commissioners that are retiring. One is already retired, not completely because she's in the drop running time, but already has left the department, and that's Deputy Commissioner Fox, who did a tremendous job during her time here in the Philadelphia Police Department. Deputy Commissioner Jack Gatens will be retiring in January to take on a new job. Deputy Commissioner Johnson will be retiring sometime this month, as will Deputy Commissioner Charlotte Council. That's 4 Deputy Commissioners that will be retiring. I'm only replacing 1 Deputy Commissioner, and I'm proud to introduce to all of you the new Deputy Commissioner in charge of the Internal Affairs Office of Professional Responsibility, Denise Turpin. Denise. Denise, until just a couple hours ago, was a staff inspector assigned to Internal Affairs. Did a tremendous job there. She's done a tremendous job everywhere she's ever worked. She has an outstanding reputation among the men and women of the Philadelphia Police Department, and she will be exceptional in the role of Internal Affairs Deputy Commissioner. There are a total of 36 command changes that will be taking place today. 36 command changes. As you know, we have 6 divisions in our city. 5 of the 6 divisions will be receiving new inspectors, taking command. We have 21 police districts in this city. 7 districts will be getting new captains. There are other changes, too, that I'd be more than happy to share with you as the orders go out for all the different organizational changes that will be taking place. Many veteran command officials will be leaving one command, moving to another. Again, everything is to streamline, better coordinate, strengthen the organization. I'm really looking forward to working with everyone, both old and new. And I think that it's going to put us in a position as we enter 2013 to be even more effective in fighting crime. So I want to thank all of you for coming today. I want to thank all the deputies, new and old. Head of the FOP, John McNesby, who has joined us. And above all, I want to thank the mayor and his chief of staff and deputy mayor for public safety for their support and patience as we were going through. This is a significant change in the department. And I'm very, very pleased to announce today, but without their support, it would not be taking place. So I'm certain we'll be answering any questions that any of you may have. Oh, let me mention someone who's going to be working with all of you, Lieutenant John Sanford. Where is John? There he is, there. All of you know Ray Evers, who is our PIO before, retired. Not retired, got promoted. Jeez, I'm talking retirement. Retired from that job. Thank you, Mayor, for saving me on that one. Got promoted today. Ray's going to be going to criminal intelligence, by the way. Ray did a good job while he had that position. John is going to move the ball even further down the field. One very key member of our department also left, and that's Karima Zadan. She went to Comcast. So we're going to be trying to fill that position in the near future because, again, we want to really push forward, particularly in the area of social media and our outreach both internally and externally in the department. And we're looking to fill that position as quickly as we can. Once we do, we'll certainly give that to you as well in terms of who that person is. Okay?
So, Commissioner, something else. How many deputies will you have and how many, 36 changes in all, just streamline it for us?
Well, to streamline it, I had 9 people that were serving as deputies. I will have 5 deputy commissioners.
Commissioner, can you describe to us how the new structure will streamline and make crime fighting more efficient and the streets safer?
Well, I consolidated some units. For example, Strike Force North and South is now 1. Field Unit North and South is now 1. We took a look at a lot of units that, quite frankly, we needed to just either streamline or eliminate. The units that we had that we actually looked at possible elimination, we had to think very seriously about the impact they had. So there weren't many units that were eliminated, but there were some mergers, like I just mentioned, in order to strengthen them under one command of one captain to make them more efficient, to help with the crime fighting in the districts. We'll also have 4 of the newly promoted lieutenants, or maybe some of the veteran lieutenants, are going to serve as tactical lieutenants within 4 districts as a pilot. We have what we call 5 squads, which are tactical. We have NETS teams, narcotic enforcement teams. They're going to come under one command of a lieutenant that will really be the right arm of the district captain to be more effective at fighting crime at the district level, hopefully. So that's another change that will be happening a little further down than this chart indicates here. Also, I think that Kevin Bethel, who's done an outstanding job, now having all of patrol and the 2 people that have been chosen as chief inspectors, Myron Patterson and Dennis Wilson, are proven crime fighters, veterans. But not only are they crime fighters, they're very effective working with community. And I think that's going to be a boost as well. So we've actually expanded the role of some chief inspectors. I mentioned earlier one of the chief inspectors retiring, is not being replaced. His command being rolled into Chief Inspector Joe Sullivan. So that's a much larger command, a more significant command. And should there be a major incident take place, whether it's natural disaster or terrorist attack or whatever, those units will be the first responders to those kinds of things. So having it under one command is going to be significant as well, yes.
So how many total inspectors will there be now?
Well, I'll get back to you with exact numbers of all the inspectors and chief inspectors. I think we have 12 chief inspectors. The number of inspectors, I'll get back to you with the exact number of inspectors. There were 13. We reduced by 1 the number of chief inspectors. And the reason for that, it would have been more, but I'm adding 2 chief inspectors for patrol.
Commissioner, this isn't happening in a vacuum. We had this story this morning of the fire department making changes, moving commanders who have been in place for a long time. In the police department, and often detail for you the issues there have been with commanders, pending investigations. Is there a concern that commanders have been in place too long? They've either gotten too comfortable or too lax in their responsibilities? What's going on in relation to that?
No, and to be honest with you, I didn't know anything about the fire department until I was listening to the radio this morning on the way into work. So one has no connection to the other at all. You take a look constantly at your command personnel. People have been doing an outstanding job, but they've got skills beyond just what they're doing right now. So as you have retirements and you have other vacancies crop up, you try to put the right people in those positions. I'm very comfortable with the staff that I have now. Doesn't mean that periodically you don't make a few minor adjustments. But if I felt someone was no longer capable of handling their command, then I would simply have to remove them for that reason. That is not what's behind this. We're just simply trying to make sure that we constantly review our operations and look at areas where we think we can improve, where we can strengthen. And I also take a look in the future because I got people that are in the drop in very critical positions, and I've got to start moving people in there now and have a transition and just utilize the people I have best I can.
Commissioner, today you're outlining positions at the administrative, the supervisory level. Do you anticipate with the election or the national election that the city of Philadelphia will see more funding?
Oh, I don't know.
On the street?
That's above my pay grade, man. I have no idea. Okay, that's truly something that I can't respond to with any degree of accuracy. I have no idea. The policing in general across the country needs support in terms of grants from the federal government. That much I can say. I'm very comfortable in saying. How much that will be, I have absolutely no idea. Our mayor is president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and I'm sure he will be addressing that issue, and others will be addressing it with the administration, but that's way above me.
With this new job as head of the South Patrol, is Myron Patterson leading the school district?
Yes, and Carl Holmes will be taking his position as school safety, school and climate safety, as chief inspector. And Myron, by the way, did an outstanding job. I mean, he had to build that because that didn't exist before as far as our responsibilities. He did an outstanding job.
Anything else? Any other changes in terms of top cops that are in drop and set to retire?
Well, the beauty of drop, if there is one, and I know there's some controversy around it, but what it does do from a management perspective, you can look in advance and know when key people are going to be retiring. So part of what you have to do is begin working now, looking at 2013, looking at 2014, and where your gaps are going to be, and the moves you need to make now to prepare people to be able to step into those roles. It gives you the ability to do that because you're not exactly caught off guard like you would be when people just suddenly decide to retire.
How many top cops are you expecting to lose?
2015 is a year where we will have the largest number. I can get the exact numbers, but that's the heaviest number is in 2015, 2014. And I'm talking captains and above that have critical commands. We have an older department, so we're going to be losing some people. But we've got to start planning now for that and making some adjustments.
I know that you would have to get back to me on, but in terms of the salary changes from what's happening today, what's the difference?
Well, we'll calculate all that. I'll do that through the Office of the Mayor. But the other part of your question earlier, pushing authority down, which is something we're also trying to do. That helps develop the people, number one, because they have more responsibility. And two, you aren't as reliant on just one person in a position that should they retire or something happen to them, it really does leave a tremendous void. So we're also trying to push some decision-making. That's the whole concept of police service areas and things like that we've done over the years. Okay? Thank you all.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.